is a video from the Bean in Sync 366 video series, which is intended to provide actionable things that you can do on your own that will help you align within. So today's topic is on attachment. So there are so many different ways in which attachment occurs energetically. Um, and I can go into a rabbit hole on this, but I really want to focus on the attachments that you, in your own physicality, with no intuitive access at all, could begin to shift your experience in this third dimensional reality on your own. So there are different kinds of energy attachments. Oftentimes, the biggest attachments are to ideas, situations, and perceptions. Those you have 100% influence over. Now, when let's just say you have identified an attachment to an idea, like I have an attachment to an idea that people should behave a particular way. They should be nice to me. Let's just say I have an attachment to an idea of an expectation that people should be nice to me, which, by the way, kindness rules. And whether they are not kind, I know it's my responsibility and my actions to be kind to others regardless. So kindness is something that you express. It's not an expectation that you put on somebody else. But let's just use that as an example because, another one might be, let's just say I have an expectation that people do what they say they're going to do, like honor their own words, which is, it seems like a fair expectation, right? You said you were going to do something, but then how often do we know people who don't do what they say they're going to do? It's very, very common. So let's say you have an expectation or an attachment to an expectation, which is an idea, okay? And that idea is connected to a series of beliefs. Now, when you start to unravel your beliefs about things, you will realize, especially if those things are attachments, that keep you constricted, because when somebody doesn't do or honor their word to you, you might feel betrayed or irritated or frustrated. Any one of those things that brings you down a notch, okay? That is totally in your realm of control because you get to dictate your perceptions. So what I'd offer to you is to begin to challenge the things that you may be attached to. For example, how other people behave. What are different potentials of possibilities of things that you could believe, because we're talking about your beliefs here, that you could believe that would allow you to have a more expanded perception. So one is that, what they do has nothing to do with me. That's their responsibility, not my responsibility. And just by having that perception, it releases all constriction, right? They do what they do. Could you be mad over it? No. Well, you can, but that's, again, a conscious choice. So you could choose to be mad at people not honoring their word or not behaving a particular way, but then it becomes your responsibility in the reaction. This is all connected to, so everything that I'm giving you is connected to the natural laws, how the energy actually operates. And the energy of expectation is really wrapped up in the law of cause and effect. So the fact that they didn't honor their word, that is their issue, right? So cause and effect. There will be some type of circular pattern, or otherwise known as karma, that will come back to them because of that. The same is true for you in that situation. If you get angry or mad, that creates karma for you in cause and effect. So, but if you are just kind and be like, I accept that that's who they are, and then you are still kind and compassionate and loving towards them, even though they didn't do what they said they were going to do, You are now creating a positive effect for your own energetic stability. That creates that creation, that different perception changes how energy can or cannot attach. They cannot attach if you don't have a vulnerability in your energy field. So that's number one. Number two, you're the one that's in control of your perceptions. And for every perception that you have, there is other potentials. So what you want to start to do is, what's the other way I can think about this and it won't bother me? Now, there's a story that I've told in the past. So I'll just keep it really brief. But there was a time I had an ex-boyfriend that did something that was really dumb. And he was a good person. And if I would have kept my attachment to my perception that he was dumb or that his actions were, I was able to separate his behavior, his actions from him as a person. That takes work, it takes energy, but it's worth it for you, because you holding on to the energy that this person is those behaviors, it keeps you separate. Okay. So again, you are not separate aside from your perception. So you want to begin to challenge it, the perceptions that you're holding about how people should be, behaviors, situations, and allow it to be less constrictive. You want to find a different perception that you can actually accept. And then you will begin to change how you believe without causing the ego to feel like it's being attacked. Because a lot of this is connected to, a lot of attachments are connected to beliefs. Beliefs rarely get challenged unless you're doing spiritual work, which is very challenging, but beliefs can change. And what I'd offer to you is that you want to look at your beliefs and see if they are aligned to the natural laws, how the universe and the energies actually operate. Um, and that will change pretty much all of your beliefs. So when your beliefs are aligned to the natural laws, so do your perceptions then begin to shift. So you will start a ripple. And it's good. It's good to have a ripple of change that allows you to be more expansive and less constrictive. And let's be honest, nobody likes getting mad at other people for their behaviors. It serves no purpose and it doesn't help anybody. So if your perceptions are not offering a win-win for everybody, then you know that something needs to be shifted within yourself, because you deserve a winning perception. You deserve to feel expanded. You deserve to feel better more often than not. So I know this is a that could go down many different rabbit holes because there are so many different kinds of attachments. But I just wanted to start with the attachments that you could begin to unravel on your own slowly. And then just by making that a daily practice, that you will begin to look at, what am I attached to? Am I attached to any situations? How do I know I'm attached to a situation? Because I will have an emotional experience about something. Your emotions are tools that help you create balance. What's happened is most people have suppressed their emotions and relied on their intellect to drive things. But really, there needs to be balance. So I hope that you find this helpful. If so, please give me thumbs up. Cheers to follow. My name is Kiannaa Sage, and I guide people to peace. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers.